Welcome to episode 7 of the Post-It Podcast brought to you by BNN. I'm your host, Kazzandra Romero.
And I'm your host, Genesis Medina.
And with us today, we have Miss Melissa Sanchez, the counselor here at PSJA. Welcome.
Hi, Miss.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's truly a pleasure.
Thank you. We are very excited to have you here. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a graduate from PSJA ISD, and I went ahead and pursued my bachelor's degree at UTPA and pursued a degree in psychology. After that, I went into working in education, I was a substitute teacher, teacher's aide, and then I went through a teaching certification program because, as I mentioned, I did major in psychology.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah.
So then once I completed that program, I got my first teaching job, and I went back to school for my master's degree to pursue a degree in guidance and counseling. So after that, I went ahead and got my degree and, pursued my job search for a school counselor, and I got my job here with PSJIC. So this is my 10th year in education. This is my 5th year in counseling, and I have 3 gorgeous babies and a husband. That's amazing. So that's pretty much a little bit about me.
Very interesting.
So to become a counselor, you need to have a master's degree?
Yes, you need a master's degree, but you need about 3 years of teaching.
So you have to become a teacher first.
It's a whole process.
Yes.
Okay.
That is.
So, yes, I got my bachelor's in psychology, and I knew that a bachelor's was not enough. I needed to continue my education through my master's degree. And I had a couple of different routes that I could have pursued, but I went ahead and went with school counseling because I knew I wanted to work with students.
That's very cool.
What drew you to become a counselor?
Well, I knew that as I was on my journey trying to find who I was through my undergrad years, I knew I wanted to help others. Okay, so there were a couple of careers out there. There's actually many where you can help others, but for some reason I just wanted to go back to the school. And I felt that I wanted to, be that inspiration for students, to guide them and assure them that, there is one person that believes in them to become whoever they want to be, and then that would be me, their school counselor.
Well, you're actually my school counselor.
Yes.
And I feel very comfortable going to you and asking you about, my DC classes and what classes I should take. And so thank you.
Yeah, I've heard her make comments about, hey, I'm going to go to my counselors real quick. I'm going to get my ranking and stuff.
Yes, that's good.
So, yeah, I think that's very, very good, having somebody who can reassure you even if you don't have that support system at home. Mm-hmm. So do you feel that you practice your major in psychology here as a school counselor, or that you mentioned now you're counseling, do you feel like you practice it here at school?
Yes, we do. As school counselors, we wear many hats, and one of them is that we do work with our students on social emotional learning, and so our doors are always open. We welcome every student to come see us if they need anything, anybody to talk to. We're here for them. And I know that we do have I'm not even sure how many students do you think we have?
I want to say a good.
I think like
2,000.
3,000, I feel like.
Okay, and so we have about like 2,300 students enrolled here.
Wow.
So we do have 7 counselors. We have an amazing counseling team, but that puts on average about 300 to 350 students
That's
per
still
counselor.
That's a
like
lot.
per
Yes,
counselor.
right.
Yes.
That's a lot.
So as much as we want to go and ask, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? It's
hard.
really
it's
not so much realistic. However, our doors are always open,
Literally,
and we do.
yes,
Yeah,
always.
literally, my door's always open.
Like, you're walking passing
Yes.
period and their doors are open.
Yes, I know. I've walked
always.
by my counselor like twice, and I'm like, hey, I need to talk to you.
Yes, and I'm so glad to hear that, because we do want you all to be comfortable like that.
Right.
And I feel that most students don't think that they can just walk in there and talk to their counselor. But,
that was me at the beginning of the school year. I was very I had so many questions. And I remember talking to one of my teachers about it. I was like, I don't know if I should talk to my counselor. I just don't want to seem like annoying or, like that person that doesn't know anything. but when I went to you, I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
I felt very comforted. And I think it's also, like, the vibe that your office gives. And I know a lot of other counselors also have,
Yeah,
like, a very
I feel-
homey office.
Yes, I feel very comfortable with my counselor too. Like in the beginning, I was like, I want to get informed, but I don't want to.
I don't want to be asking so
seem
many
like
questions.
a burden or anything.
No,
and I've
no,
never
no.
felt like that with my counselor, and I really want to thank Miss Levanos for that because
That's good.
it's very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, and I will let them know that too. But like I said, our doors are always open, and I think I would just like to make sure that our students hear that. It's like our doors are open, and we welcome you. And if there's anything you need, we just don't do schedule changes. We do a lot more than that.
Right.
Yes, definitely. What would you say a day in your life as a counselor looks like?
What month are we in? I guess that plays a big role too.
Oh,
So-
that's actually very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, right now we are dealing with, we have a lot of deadlines, and every month there's just always something that we have to make sure that we complete. So, a day in the life of a school counselor, it definitely varies. People can say, hey, what are your plans for today? I have no idea what's going to happen today. I mean, I do
It's
know.
unknown.
I do know we have to meet deadlines, but I mean, a student can come, inside my office and want to chat for a few minutes, or, it may be a crisis situation that we need to address. It may lead to a parent conference or phone call, or it could just be small conversations, about their credit check, their dual credit courses. We get emails, phone calls. Sometimes teachers come by to see us too. So, yes.
You're
Now-
definitely busy.
Yes, that sounds like a very, very busy schedule. So with that tight schedule, what are some hobbies that you have outside of the school environment?
Myself? Okay. Well, I am a plant mom, okay? So I think that,
Wow.
yes, with, everything with the pandemic, I needed something to enjoy at home. And, I'm very grateful for my house and the environment that we have, the, outdoor setting. So I got into plants, and I love them. And
I think a lot of people
Yeah,
did.
a lot of
Yes.
people did succulents and stuff. I know.
yes, and and I love it so much because it's just a reminder of like, it's so beautiful to see your plants thriving in the right temperature, the how much water you put, the climate, the sunlight it gets, all that plays a role. So when you see the plant thriving, you're like, oh my gosh, I did that.
I think
I feel very
that's, like,
proud.
has to do with, like, it's ironic because it's like counseling, you're
Right.
helping someone grow, thrive,
Yes.
and then it's
You
like
see that
and then
with your
it's like a
Exactly.
metaphor.
Yes.
And
perfect.
that's exactly what
Yeah.
I like to say too. It's like myself too. That's my self-care. If I were to make sure that I put that amount of attention into my life, into me and my personal needs, and I'm truly able to help others.
Right.
So just like you all too, making sure that you have the you take care of yourself. It's very important. Just like the plant needs the right sunlight and water. We do too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a person-
definitely.
I think
I think
a
that's
person
awesome.
needs a comforting person.
Great way to
always come
see it.
Yeah. So TSIs are like a very big thing here. They're like a graduation requirement for if you want to graduate in white, I believe, right?
Go ahead.
Yes. So with TSIs being a really big thing, I feel like students are also very
Like confused.
yes,
about,
they don't have enough information about it. So what truly is the importance about taking the TSIs, the SATs, the ACTs, stuff like that?
those
So-
type of big exams.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all of this college planning process pretty much should start in 9th grade. And I feel that, as counselors, what we did try to do last year with the virtual learning, and even the year before that, we really tried our best to incorporate Google Classroom as
Right.
well. We also have a classroom
Yeah.
where, if you all go into Google Classroom, you should see a counselor classroom
Yes.
tab, and you click there, and we have announcements.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all do that or if any.
I check that.
Okay.
I check them.
Yeah, so we make announcements on the stream. We post a TSI calendar there, and students, because we get parents calling too. And I say, well, it's on their Google Classroom under classwork. We have multiple tabs or subjects, and go into TSI, and it has additional information about when to take the TSI. So we do have the tutorial calendar. That's where we have it posted. And, it's for free here with our district. And,
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Take
Yes,
advantage of
because the tests are actually really expensive. they're like 300 something to take the TSI at SCC. So
well, right, it'll add up. Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely. So here with us, it's for free, and once you do pass the TSI test, you're eligible for dual credit courses.
Right.
The dual credit courses allows you to, then go into the associate certificates,
Yes.
whatever.
I think it's really
just-
a great
that is
opportunity.
very good, especially considering that you can graduate with something already to give you
You
a
can
head
graduate,
start.
right.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can graduate with an associate's even before you graduate with
Yes.
your high school diploma,
Yes.
which is, I think that's awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah, so just like the TSI is important, kids, it allows that opportunity for our students. The SAT, ACT, I mean, we have also dates coming up for the SAT coming up in April for our juniors. They should have signed up for that, but, we offer these opportunities throughout the school year, and I think that's awesome, and our students should take
Definitely.
Yes.
advantage of them. Just how we had the PSAT, early on, probably for like around 9th graders, 10th graders, we have the pre-ACT. Those two exams, allow you to see how the actual SAT and ACT tests are. And those are college entrance exams. So some universities, they do require them. They require a certain score, and some don't. So
Right.
I advise students to, if you already know what college or university you do want to attend, check their website and see if that's what they require. So that's something good to know too.
Yeah, that's very good because I know, like, if I wanted to go to a college and I can't go in because of the same thing, I would kind of be bummed out.
Yeah, I think a lot of colleges after the pandemic or during the pandemic as well started saying that, oh, we're not going to require the ACT or the SAT, which I think kind of alleviates stress from
Right.
students. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
didn't
important
know
to stay.
that. That's very interesting.
I think like Harvard. I saw a TikTok on it. I'm not sure how true it was, but yeah, a lot of big universities.
They're doing away with it.
Yes.
But it's still good to try, like I said, and we offer them for free here in
Yeah.
most cases. Students
always-
eligible for waivers, they can get those at the Go Center, starting their 11th grade year.
Yeah, and it's always good to know where you stand in things like
What
this.
you're
you know?
missing.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that. Yeah. There's usually a common misconception about what counselors do. So what is it that you guys do other than just making student schedules, working with students with their schedules?
Yes. So we see going back, we service so many students, with that, they're 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students. So we, when you asked earlier, what kind of typical day is it? Well, we may have a senior coming in or a junior, a sophomore, a freshman. So we're constantly switching gears to be like, okay, 12th graders, right
cater to
now
them.
are focused on graduation. So a lot of it's credit recovery, making sure that they're passing their classes, getting in their FAFSA done because that's a requirement. Juniors are getting ready for summer dual credit registration, so we work with that. Social emotional learning, we do send that out to our teachers. They're able to deliver guidance lessons for us. We have the voiceovers on those PowerPoint presentations, so teachers are able to present that as well in the classroom.
Right.
And again, it's something that they can just kind of press play with, and we're there to assist as needed afterwards if they have any other questions.
It's always really, really good.
Yes, but we do schedule changes, of course. We do the course request for next year. All the senior events we plan. We have like a luncheon for our senior top 10%.
Yes. That is so cool.
We have awards assemblies coming up. We have our DLACH banquet coming up in May.
That's the GLACH is with your associates, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
collegiate honors. Yes. So this whole time coming up, I like to say it's the fruits of our labor, because as counselors we work really hard,
Right.
trying to make sure that our students accomplish their goals and dreams. This is something that they want to do. So it's very rewarding right now coming up. I'm so nervous
Well
because
deserved after.
it's about to be an emotional roller coaster, but I'm very excited
That
because
is-
I love to see all the students excited and
Yeah, I think that
all the
the
hard
end of
work
the
has
year-
paid off.
The end of the year is always my favorite because like you said, we get to see all the hard work
Paid off.
Paid off.
Yeah, that's always really,
Yes.
really nice. So how do you guys deal with students who come to you with emotional distress?
Well, at any moment, it's just it pretty much it could be a crisis situation. So there's different
Correct.
protocols that we have, but in most cases, if a teacher has a student who is having some sort of crisis, yes, send them to our office, and then we'll go from there. But first step, send them to our office,
yes.
talk to the counselor. Now if we're not there, then they would, seek out an administrator, the nurse. But for the most part, the counselors play a huge role there.
That's
I think
always
the counselors
comforting.
don't just, work on the schedules.
It serves as something
it's so
else.
much
Yeah.
more than that, for sure.
And it's something that I ask when we do guidance, when we do our presentations like in the spring for next year.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the classrooms and we ask, what do you think the counselors do? And a lot of
I remember the
it is
presentation,
Yeah.
yes.
a lot of them do say,
Switch
schedule
schedules,
changes.
yeah.
Yes, but we don't.
There's
We
so much
don't,
more
and-
to it. Yeah.
Definitely.
And as a head counselor, for the campus, I just want to remind the students, you can come see us if you need anything, anything
Right.
at all. I know it takes a lot of courage to come in to see us, and
Definitely.
we appreciate that, and we will give you that undivided attention. But at the same time, there's times where parents can call us and be like, can you call my son or daughter in? And it's like, okay, yeah, we can. And I'll be honest, we talk to the student, but there's no response,
Right.
and I understand, because to them, they're like, I just met you,
Yeah.
what am I going to tell you? And I don't feel comfortable. They're not ready. And I respect that. And I tell them, look, I introduced myself. I said, when you're ready to talk, please know that you have somebody to talk to. Come back and
Very
see me when
comforting.
you're ready.
Yeah, that is
But
very
just
comforting.
but just know that, you have somebody here. And I think the first time it happened, I was just kind of like, let me try that, see what they say. And sure enough, they come back to see me. So I'm like, yay, it worked. They understand that. And I understand that. It takes courage to kind of speak up and talk about your feelings. So when students come in, we appreciate that.
That's good to have that constant reassurance with somebody here at school,
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give to those aspiring to be top of their class?
It takes a lot of hard work,
Right.
and I will say that a lot of students, I feel, may think like, oh, I can do it, it's easy. But, if it were easy, everybody would be doing it. It's a big commitment, and it begins in ninth grade. It's
Yeah.
not something that you could really, ninth grade GPAs, ranks, all that starts to play a role. So how you do in your classes, make sure you have good communication with your teachers. If you're going to be absent, keep them in the loop. Have a planner, have good time management, because, you work hard 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, and then 12th grade comes around, and you not only are you also trying to complete your academic courses, but now you have the additional scholarship applications, college applications, there's just so much. So I feel, if you want to be at the top of your class, understand it comes with a great responsibility. Those dual credit classes are no joke. They take a lot of time and commitment.
Yes.
And anybody can do that. And then they asked me, Miss, how is this teacher? And I said, to be honest, it just depends on you. If you don't show up, or if you don't complete your assignments on time, well, guess what? You're not going to have a very successful time in that
Yeah.
class, So I feel just being organized and understanding, and embrace the challenge, get ready for that, understand that it's not going to be easy, but it's going to make you stronger. And you're going
Right.
to, if you're telling me you want to graduate at the top of your class, well then, okay, well, let's do
I
it.
think it's worth it, right?
Yeah, at
For
the
sure.
end,
It's
in the long run,
like
it's
the
very worth it.
recognition,
Yeah.
the
Yes, and as a counselor, that's something I like to ask my students. Like, I would ask you, okay, what do you want to do? Well, what are your academic goals? And if you tell me, well, Miss Sanchez, I want to graduate, at the top of my class, in 10%, okay, I'm going to guide you and help you get there by just assuring you, you need to have good grades. You
Right.
have to have good grades, and, we'll try our best. You're going to take the rigorous courses, all those, that'll be your plan. But again, if you tell me, what, I can't do it, okay, that's fine, not a problem. These are your goals and your dreams, and I'm just here to assist you.
That is so cool.
Whatever you want, we're here to help.
during online school, and even now we were sent social emotional surveys. With the information gathered, what were the results? I don't know,
Well-
maybe give us a brief.
Right. Well, most students were able to complete the the survey. And at that point, we, share the data with our counseling team, and the counselors do reach out to the students. Now, it's kind of hard to say because some students didn't really, like I said, we have like 2,000 students, so maybe half of that would complete the form, but still it was something that we would use. And the counseling team would reach out to the students and just let them know, here, we're here. If you need anything, come to our office, let us know. But, a lot of our students, I feel, are struggling, and I feel that the pandemic took a toll. Okay?
Yes,
so,
definitely.
With that said, it's important for our students to, if they want to, if they're not ready to talk to a counselor, they need to then look at who they talk to. Is your group of friends, are they uplifting? Do they motivate you?
There was even some
your circle of
questions
friends
on the survey about, do you feel like there's someone at home who you're comfortable around, you can be yourself around? Do you have friends that you can talk to about anything?
Yeah, so that's all very important to have, and I just hope that our students understand that you do need a support team just
Definitely.
to help you through that. Now, if you have people who are constantly, maybe they don't really, want you to succeed for whatever reason, you got to kind of distance yourself from those people and move on to another group of friends that will appreciate you.
Right. The surveys, I think, helped me self-evaluate, reflect a lot on myself, on the choices I was making, the people I was with. So that's always very, very good. Yeah.
That's good.
For those students who don't think college is for them, what opportunities can they take advantage of to have a head start at life?
Right. Well, we have, in the state of Texas, we have our college, our CTE endorsements, so our pathway classes. These are the electives that most of our students take, like the health science or law enforcement, graphic design, audio-video productions. So within these classes, we do allow certifications. So when a student is able to take these certifications, put them on their student resume, they're able to build their student resume for once they graduate. They can maybe apply to a business that was in the particular field because they got so much experience, especially in like a practicum course that we offer. So yes, I feel that at our campus we have many opportunities for every student.
That is very, very good. So what do you think makes PSJ Bear students different from the rest?
We are just amazing. No, I feel like our group of students, we're just resilient, and we are a team. I think we do support each other. I feel we are a family, and I feel that comes all the way down from administration. Our admin is just amazing, and that kind of has a ripple effect with everybody else. So I really feel our campus is one of a kind, and I feel that we have such a great dynamic from every aspect, academics, the arts, sports.
Well-rounded for sure.
We are. That is definitely something to say and something to be proud of. So I am, I did not graduate from PSJ Bears. I did graduate from PSJ ISD. But I will say I am so proud to be a Bear. And I, once a Bear, always a Bear. So that's me right now, too. So, yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and giving us an insight about what the counselors do.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Very beneficial information.
Yes, you're welcome. And like I mentioned, if any students, hearing this, parents hearing this, we are here to work as a team, with our students, and, we are here to inspire you, be the best version of yourself. So, if y'all need anything at all, go by to see your counselors.
Yes. Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you guys for tuning into episode 7 of the Post-it Podcast. Tune in next week for next week's episode. Go Bears!